The fishing news is brought to you by Okuma.
Hi there, Toby Lapinski for the New England edition of the Fisherman magazine with this week's web video fishing forecast for New England. Well, while there's several events across the region, which I'll mention in the local breakdown today, I want to remind you that next weekend we are double booked for the final two shows of the season here in New England. First up is going to be the Northeast Fishing and Hunting Show in Hartford, Connecticut. That begins on Friday, March 31st and runs through Sunday, April 2nd. And also that same weekend, we've got the MSBA Sport Fishing Expo in Hanover, Massachusetts. Now that one opens up Saturday morning, April 1st, and runs through Sunday evening, April 2nd. Stay tuned next week for complete details on these shows, our booth numbers, and everything else. All right, moving on into the reports. I'm going to start off, as always, in Connecticut, where Holdover striped bass and trout in the TMAs lead the way this week once again, thanks to the recent run of pretty good weather that we've seen since those little storms last week. The trout stocking trucks are still working their way around the state, and the TMAs remain open for catch and release action until all waters reopen on April 8th, a mere 2+ weeks away. And as I've mentioned before, River's End and Old Saybrook will be holding their annual Striper Surf Day this Saturday, March 25th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. I'll be doing a seminar on fishing with eels starting just after the show opens at 10 o'clock. And then Dave Pickering will be doing a seminar discussing the subject of targeting big striped bass and bluefish from shore. His seminar plans to get underway somewhere around 1 p.m. Now, there's going to be a whole bunch of ongoing demos throughout the day, including Dennis Zambrotta and Steve McKenna showing you some great tips, tricks, and tactics. And there's going to be a ton of tackle reps on hand. And as always, there's free food, and the entire event is free and open to the public, so I hope to see you there. Over in Rhode Island, there's a bit of promise once again for cod fishermen as the break in the wind that we saw early this week let the boats get back out on the fishing grounds. Now, the cod got, a 2+ week break for the most part, but it's back on with good catches already being reported early this week. Monday and Tuesday got some decent reports. A couple of the boats are trying to sail on Wednesday as well. Still getting some fish into the teens, decent numbers. Looking forward at the forecast, looks a little bit iffy Friday into Saturday. Thursday looked decent. Sunday looked pretty good into next week too, so you just never know. If you want to get out on the cod grounds, haven't really been touched lately, so those fish are a little less spooked, hopefully. Keep an eye on the reports and be sure to call your boat of choice to see exactly when they plan to sail next. And then up in Massachusetts, trout stocking trucks steadily moving into the west, on over into Pioneer Valley this week. But it doesn't mean that the eastern part of the state has been forgotten about, as lakes all the way out onto the Cape have also received some fish this week, including some really nice brookies that were stocked on the Cape Monday and Tuesday. And for all my Bay State anglers that have been hitting the water, be sure to take some pictures of those fish that you're catching. Shoot them over to me at tlapinski@thefisherman.com. As I've noted before, I'm starting to build those weekly issues that commence with the first issue of April. So I'm looking for local covers. So any of those great high-resolution, vertical format pictures of your catches, be sure to shoot them on over to me. I'll take some from last year, from this year. Just send them along and we'll make you famous. And then lastly, don't forget the annual spring sale at Red Top Sporting Goods continues all this week right on through to Sunday. They've got a bunch of really good deals and specials going on, including 15% off all in-stock lures, special deals, where you buy reels, you get them spooled up with braid, deals buy two, get one free with Trocar and Seagar products, and a whole bunch of other really good deals, so be sure to stop on by and check it out. All right, well, there you have it. I'm Toby Lapinski for the New England edition of the Fisherman magazine, wishing you tight lines if you head out onto the water this weekend.
The fishing news is brought to you by Okuma.